Boris Nikolaevich Yeltsin was a Soviet and Russian politician. He was born in February 1931 and passed away in April 2007, aged 76. He was the first president of the Russian Federation, serving from July 1991 until December 1999. Originally a supporter of Mikhail Gorbachev, he emerged under the Perestroika reforms as one of Gorbachev's most powerful political opponents. He was notable for rising on top a tank and reading out a proclamation denouncing the August 1991 coup attempt. He transformed Russia's socialist economy into a capitalist market economy, implementing economic shock therapy, market exchange rate of the ruble, nationwide privatization, and lifting of price controls. He proposed a new Russian constitution, which was popularly approved at the 1993 constitutional referendum, making Russia into a presidential republic. Rather than creating new enterprises, Yeltsin's policies led to international monopolies, hijacking the former Soviet markets, arbitraging the huge difference between old domestic prices for Russian commodities and the prices prevailing on the world market. In the foreign policy area, Yeltsin offered cooperative and conciliatory relations, particularly with the Group of Seven, Commonwealth of Independent States formed by most former Soviet republics, and Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, as well as adherence to arms control agreements such as strategic bilateral treaty between the United States and Russia on the reduction and limitation of strategic offensive arms. However, much of his 8.5-year presidency was marked by widespread corruption, and as a result of persistent low oil and commodity prices during the 1990s, Russia suffered inflation and economic collapse. Within a few years of his presidency, many of Yeltsin's initial supporters had started to criticize his leadership, and Vice President Alexander Rudskoy even denounced the reforms as economic genocide, and he was one of the rebels against Yeltsin in October 1993. He suffered a heart attack between the first and second rounds of the Russian presidential elections, probably in late June 1996. This led to a heart bypass surgery in November of that year, and for his last 3 years he frequently spent time in a dacha or villa outside Moscow. His health problems were one reason why he then decided to leave office before the end of his second term. And he left office widely unpopular with the Russian voters, although a majority of the participating ones had still re-elected him in 1996. He kept a low profile after his resignation. Occasionally, however, he did criticize publicly his successor. He died of congestive heart failure in April 2007.